let me forget to take it off pause this time.
While we're waiting, I'll go ahead and maybe try to introduce, you guys probably know him already, he's been in town a few days, but this is Marty Turner, he's a project manager for Green River. George Bohan.
Yeah.
With Green River, he's the superintendent. And we have our inspector Kody Raber, and T.I. and Denny, and I don't know.
Bill Kady.
Bill, okay. And so we're all involved in the project. And I'll just sort of describe what's occurred today. Let's get started here. This is the progress meeting number 1 for City of Piedmont, Pearl Street Pump Station or Water Street Pump Station Replacement Project, June 14th, 2017. The contractor is Green River Group. I just introduced them. We'll reintroduce them to you. Notice to proceed was May 15th. They actually got out, and this is their first work of actual on-site construction. To this point, they have prepared submittals for the pipe and manholes and muffin monsters. We've been reviewing those and returned them to them, approved, and they've ordered the material. Pipe has been delivered, manhole castings have been delivered. You've seen them down at the Water Street Station and up on Pearl Street. And they mobilized Monday. And one of the first orders of business was we needed a test pit down at the Water Street pump station area to make sure what I designed was going to work. So, just to confirm the elevations that I assumed based on the information I did have to work. They took that test pit and it was good. So I'm good to go with that. So it's good news. And I don't think I have any bad news. So I didn't want to lead you into a good news thing. But took that test pit. I may have a little bit of bad news. I forgot about that. So, test pit, and then they went up to the manhole number 4 at the base of the hill there, where we had a temporary line coming into the top of that, and opened that up. That was good, and they could in fact see the line coming in from up to the left. What manhole number is that again, Toby?
Manhole number 5.
Number 5, and so a line is coming in from from the direction of manhole number 5, and we got a camera and started up there. Got about 20 feet plus or minus up in there, and you might have these reports. Got about 20 feet up in there, and it hit some roots already in the sewer line, and so. They've been trying to locate manhole number 5. I've looked for it a couple of times, never been able to find it, so it makes me feel a little better that I wasn't the only one who hasn't been able to find it, because it's probably covered over with a lot of debris, and they spent time looking for it, measured up, took a metal detector and found a lot of rebar and other stuff, but I haven't found manhole number 5, so they went up to radiator number 2, which is manhole number 5. Got in there and started.
Good evening.
We have a sign-in sheet too, but it hasn't signed in.
You all have photos in your packets.
Yeah, there's some pretty good photos.
Yeah, I've got one for see.
So started down from regulator number 2, got in 20 feet and hit something. Don't know whether it's roots. Really, the camera couldn't pick up what it was. It could be roots. It could be collapsed pipe. We're not sure. It's to be determined. So that's where we're at with that. The goal of that was to TV that, see how it looked, and then to clean that line out, because eventually we want to have a continuous path of sewage from Pearl Street that we're improving down that line into the Water Street pump station. So that's ongoing, and they're starting on the line up the hill now and hitting a lot of debris and various materials in there. So that's what they're working on, and that's where we're at. So at the time they closed This here takes a snapshot of the project as of about a week and a half ago. It's not necessarily today. We should be further ahead than we were a week and a half ago. So, going down through this, there were no weather days claimed this period. We like to keep track of those just so we know how many days we might lose due to weather. Percent construction based on the work performed in stored materials is 3.5%, so we're 3.5% complete with the project. Like I said, we're just getting started, so that's not that won't be a monthly 3.5%. It'll hopefully go up about 30% every month or so. And the construction percent complete based on pay applications for the work is about 2.4%. Basically, the work was mobilizing, moving bonds, getting bonds, providing those submittals, moving the materials in. So that's that really didn't do that. So they're about that. We haven't built any project inspection as of this pay app. And, moving to page 2, we're about 1/5 of the way through 20% of the project schedule, and we're about 2.4%. Let's not let that alarm us, or just really getting started at this point, so things should pick up here. Work completed this period, I sort of described that to you. The test pit down at Water Street Pump Station. I will add these notes in here and get them out to everybody who signs in, a sign-in sheet. You can email if I have an email. And they opened up manhole number 4 and investigated that. They started looking at regulator number 2, and they worked on the line from manhole number 4 up the hill. So,
Well, if this isn't managed to be opened up, what's plan B?
Plan B is to, if we can't get that, we're gonna run some water through it, see if we get the flow. And if we can't, the contract calls for them to clean it. We didn't know what we were gonna see until we TV'd it, so, we have to get there and clean the roots out. That'll be some extra work. We have to work with them to get a change order to clean the roots out. Once we get the roots out, if we can TV it, we'll take an idea to see whether it's
How long did you do? Yeah. You see how black that
Yeah, we're in Sewers County.
On there, how you doing today?
And it could be a matter of the line is collapsed, or maybe roots, and we'll have to react based on what we see. So, clean the roots, looks like.
My window down. I have the keys to go get it. It's just laid right there.
Sorry for the interruption.
Sorry. It just scared me.
You gotta protect your car.
Get out.
There you go.
Does do they have some sort of a contraption to grind in there or whatever in the pipe if necessary?
There are things that can be done, yes.
But first off, if the pipe's collapsed, we can't do anything about that, I'm sure.
Well, we've got to do something.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
that's-
not.
That's work outside the scope. We had to TV it to find out. We couldn't get into that line because it was covered up by the temporary line coming in the 12. And so we'll have to see how that factors out, see the condition of that line. So it's a good investment of time and money to find that out now. When we get Pearl Street opened up and find out it won't make it down.
Absolutely.
So that's where we're at. That's where we're at on that. So I think it's some pretty good progress in a couple of days here. They've opened up regulator number 2. It's in pretty bad shape, I think, is what I hear. So
Well, we kind of knew that, didn't we?
yeah, we suspicion that we don't know how bad until we get some stuff out to see if we can rework it or whether we're going to have to come up with another solution there. You may recall, we set the bid up to where we have a lump sum item to get in there, clean out the regulator, remove the equipment, and then a allowance for us to see if we can get it re-machined or to get it functional again. So that's where we're at with that. So that'll be, we have three of those regulators, number 1, 2, and 5, we'll be doing the same thing. Number 3 and 4 we're eliminating as part of the project. So that's the work completed to date. Have I missed anything? George or Marty, Cody? Okay. So, anticipated work this next month, I think the goal is to get that line up the hill. It shouldn't take a month, that should take a day or two. And I guess start on Pearl Street? Okay, so,
The line up the hill is the one that we replaced, is it?
yeah. So they're working on that now, so I'll get to that. Yeah, I was under the impression that that line came into the bottom of the manhole. Did it not do that?
No.
So it was always coming through the lid. I didn't know that, so.
Yeah, at the time, you know, we had a broken pipe and we had to get the sewage going in the proper direction. So what we did was a hasty decision, I know, but it worked.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But was the original line that you replaced, was it tied into the side? Because what about finding a
Yes,
hole?
it was tied into the side.
Okay.
It was tied into the upper side, wasn't it, T.I.?
Yeah, right there where the wall of the roadway, it tied in right there.
No, he's talking about
The lower manhole.
the lower manhole.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it was tied in there.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I might have got some information mixed up, so I was hearing it maybe.
Yeah, and the other part of it, coming out of the manhole, just goes up and ties into a 17-inch pipe or a 16-inch pipe.
Yeah, it was kind of an odd size.
Yeah.
The state had put that in when they had their storm drain tied in on it up there, and then it runs on up to the hill.
Well, we get that in, and then the first priority is to get Pearl Street done, and that'll be probably this month, right? Try to get Pearl Street done this coming month.
As long as you didn't put any rock out there. Because
I didn't put it
I threw a few extra over.
So we'll try to get that done, and then we'll keep moving, so. Are there any questions and concerns from anybody? Contractor, owner, inspector?
Is Bill still in here?
No, he left.
He is the owner of the one property down there. Did he sign in there to speak?
No, he gave me his phone number and stuff, told me to get a hold of him.
Okay.
So he didn't want to bring up anything?
No, I'd wanted to see him. Remember I told you up there I wanted to talk to him? Because he had those stakes and stuff out in the bottom of his property there. I wanted to talk to him about it, see what he had in there. Let him know we was going to be in there.
The only thing he has in there's grass. Well, that's what he's putting right now. He knows they're coming through there.
I'm good.
He knew they was coming through his.
Well, down where he's got the stakes isn't going to hurt you anyhow, is it, George?
Well, is this something up in the grassy area going up?
The blue house, double house.
I remember
behind.
house.
Well, do you remember we was
Yeah,
coming-
there are offset stakes. Don't let all those stakes overwhelm you with thinking that's all gonna be disturbed. Those are just offset stakes, so.
Well, but when we originally mapped it out, if it hasn't changed, we was coming 10 foot from the bridge of that.
It hasn't changed.
Right.
It's the same, but some of those stakes are just offsets. When you get into the construction, you know, you really out. Yeah.
Those stakes is probably 40 foot from the bridge.
Yeah, I swear, that's what we're in man for.
But it's good to talk to him before you.
Maybe we can just clarify code and George that is, so everybody understands what those things mean, so. Okay. Any other concerns or questions? Okay.
Well, other than, is there a plan B to reroute the pipe from manhole 4 to manhole 3? We have to.
Yeah. If we have to do that, we have several options. It's a pretty difficult area. We probably go back to a contractor. We might look at some pipe bursting down here, where we work from the upper manhole and we send the machine down and burst the pipe and then insert some new pipe. We'll have to come up with a method of replacing that. So, come up with the most cost-effective method of doing that. We're just looking at 2 sections of pipe. We haven't looked at all your other pipe.
I know we're far away and
so,
I'm just asking some questions.
Sure.
You know,
There are ways of replacing pipe. And, they put the original pipe in there. It's pretty rough terrain though, so you might look at, there's some newer techniques since the time that was put in back in '67 or so. Among them are slip lining and pipe bursting, so we would probably look at both of those. At this point, we haven't pursued that. We don't know that we have a problem until we get it cleaned out a little bit.
I've never seen pipe bursting, but I've seen them using what they call a gopher that hooks to the joint of pipe and it drags it through the other pipe.
It's slip lining.
I've never, but you know.
There's another technique, it's called cured in place pipe, where you leave the pipe there. If it's decent condition, you can go through and put this material in it, let it form up and harden relatively quick. You can have a smaller diameter. In that particular application, it's a fairly steep line, and that even though the line might be smaller diameter than what it is now, you can get by with a slightly smaller diameter. It's called cured in place. There's remedies out there. They all cost money. We'll see how that goes once we find out we do have a problem.
Well, some of my questions may be stupid when it comes to.
Those are good questions, so just looking forward a little bit.
I'm kind of a layman at this stuff, but I have done a little bit of piping, but not to this extent.
Okay, change orders today. We don't have no change orders on this project. I see some of you looking at change orders from the tree. That doesn't relate to this project. So no change orders to date. But you may recall when we did this project, we were directed to take, we had spec'd out a portable jetter that you can haul around and clean your sewer lines out. And IJDC would not let us keep that in the bid. They made us take it out. So we did the project, and then after bids came in acceptable, we had a little bit of extra money to work with. We went back to IJDC and they said we can add it in. So we've done that. We've asked the contractor the one we had spec'd out, it's 15 gallons a minute, 3,000 PSI, 300-gallon tank, 400 feet of line, another 150 feet of fill line. It's a nice system. It's the same one I spec'd out for the town of Grantsville in Gilmer County. And it's a nice system, and they're using it all the time to clean their lines. So if you have a question on that, but it's a good system. So I asked the contractor to give me the cost for him to buy it on our behalf, and he marks it up and has to have it shipped and delivered. And I just got a emailed copy of that today. It was something less than 24,000, which is good. Is that it? Okay. I didn't have a chance to print out the numbers all today, since that's 6 o'clock. It came in at 23,810.73, which is good. It's less than what IJDC approved. It's also less than $25,000, which will allow us to purchase it through the contractor, we believe. So we'd like to go ahead. I don't have the change order prepared for you tonight, but maybe.
Actually, we can just get 3 quotes.
Huh?
We can just get 3 quotes.
Well, this is the one we want. It's less than 25,000.
Didn't they allow us 45,000 or something?
I think so, yeah. So this is well under that. So we'd like to go ahead and try to do that.
That's 45,000.
So, we might so, I'll have prepared for the next meeting. We're in a hurry to get this. It's not a.
Yeah, we are.
Maybe an extra
Yeah, we
vote
are.
on that.
Okay, we are. So I will. I don't have a change order prepared tonight because like I said, I got the contractor's proposal this morning.
Well, we do have some, drains and pipes that's on the hill and over here too.
Well, during the regular meeting, if you would want to maybe authorize me to prepare that, the mayor to sign that on behalf, once I get it done. I don't think if not, I'll get it to you for the next meeting. So, okay. All right, so we have that. All right, and
But you have to be careful on that, because Tim will just automatically give you that other money.
I don't know, but if we can show we have a lead there,
Yeah.
the pipe doesn't flow, this project doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
there's no way for us to know that until we get it in there.
But we can make a request to put it back in construction contingency and then use the change.
So, nothing's ever guaranteed that we will. until finding the license, but
But it is project related,
It's
it's
absolutely-
within the scope, so yeah.
it's definitely within the scope.
There's gonna be more chance to get it that way than for something else.
And the other thing is, Marty was working up a change order request to do the work, the house up here at, what's the address?
114.
114,
West Fairview.
West Fairview's route. There's a house there that has the pipe running underneath it that's crushing and causing some problems to that residence. And so Marty's working on that, and as soon as he gets that to me, I'll bring it before you. That was also approved by IJDC after the bids were open. So,
Marty and I went up there Monday, wasn't it, Marty?
yeah. Okay, so and we'll get that and get that to you at that point in time and keep working on the project, so. Pam, do you have anything for us?
No, we'll present the, pay request.
The pay request at the regular meeting, starting here in a few minutes. And that's all I had at this point.
Marty, I'll be down sometime to do
Well,
a
so
interview.
far, we seem to be
Even though it's not under
doing
the
pretty good.
prevailing wage,
The
so
staging's going
I have to do
pretty well.
interviews anyway. I think I talked to you, or said that at the meeting.
Did that jump down
I
there?
won't be
buzz
done as
or,
many as like
magic
a
changes
normal
with it?
one that's under the zoning rule. Maybe every 6 weeks instead of every 4 weeks.
Okay, if I have a
Probably
minute,
in and out.
maybe just going back to a water project, when we put the instrumentation up there, Tim was always looking out for our best interest, and there was some new Hotch equipment that just came out. It was better than what we expect, and so we went ahead and went with that. The cost was supposed to be about the same. It was pretty much the same, but $975 more. That's what that change order was for. We have $2,900 round numbers left on the project. IJDC won't pay for it, but the development office may. So I'm not asking you to approve that at this point. I want you to be aware of it. We've got to find out if the development office will pay that $975 for that improved instrumentation of monitoring water.
I believe Tim asked for this to be on the next agenda.
So that's where we're at with that. That's all I have for now.
Well, the development council,
That's the development office. This is, you may recall, this is being funded, through, small cities. And so the West Virginia Development Office, it's Kelly, Workman, Tony O'Leary. It's been a long day, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, me too.
Sometimes at the end of the day, I can't remember who I am, so,
We started out together this morning.
so,
I don't think either one of you started out as early as I did.
well, I stepped in, I ended up just fine, so.
You did sleep
Yeah, I did. I knew I didn't have to get out too early. But, anyway, just that aside. But they will come out, they're part of money, so they have to prove it. And I think, Mr. O'Leary was on vacation last week, and imagine they're back and stuff there. So we're trying to get that all done and get
And
this first.
hopefully the balances are still around what I talked them into. And use it up so that you don't spend it back.
And Mayor, did you share the good news? It looks like we got the source water grant.
No, I was going to later
Sorry,
on.
sorry.
But I can right now.
No, if you want to bring it up on the agenda, I'll step aside.
Well, no, I can put that out there right now. I didn't want to bust your bubble while he was going so strong. But anyhow, I got an email from, Scott Rodehager from the Source Water Projects. And, there's 17 more people to be approved. And if the Senate and the House gets a budget going here, there is water in this, or there is money in the Source Water Project. So there's only 17 people that has to be approved, and we're actually 15. Because, he kind of said we was 16, and I says, well, these dates versus the dates you have on 16 and 17, we're 15. So he changed it. So anyhow, if there's, it's only $45,000, but it's the study that's going to be able to get us back on the smart city block. So we're looking pretty good there. It's just right now in the hands of the Senate and the House, and when they get a budget passed.
That's why we want to go ahead and get this $2,900 out of the small cities, get that closed out, so that you're eligible to apply again.
Right.
So as soon as I get Tony,
All right,
Kelly
we're done with
together,
Cody.
get rid of this money so I can do that final PR. Hopefully by the end of the summer, then you're eligible to apply again. Because as long as you have a small city open.
Yeah, I was hoping by the first of October, by at least the first of October, we could reapply, because it ain't gonna happen July 1st. We can see that right now.
But we can go to phase 3 on the water.
Phase 3 will require a PER, preliminary engineering report. And we're hoping to use some of that grant money to help pay for that PER to study the water situation. The Water Development Authority wants us to study various aspects of the raw water and finished water, and so that'll be part of that study.
There's several things to be studied, and it doesn't really matter to me which way it goes, but there's a probability we can buy water, there's a probability that we can get money for the piping, right?
Basically, yeah.
All right, what do you say we get our regular meeting started? Ms. Grace, would you honor us with a prayer, please? I didn't get to say it. Good afternoon to you.
Sorry, I missed the parade. Dear Heavenly Father, we come again once in the city of Piedmont for the city meeting, council meeting, oh God. We thank you, Lord, for your many blessings, oh God. Thank you, Lord, because you've been so good, so kind, so merciful, Lord. We thank you because you have brought us this far in our water project, oh God. And we thank you, Lord, because we know that you can do all things. All things come from you, all good, perfect gifts come from you, Lord. And we thank you for those that are present tonight in the meeting. We thank you, Lord. Let us come together in love and bind us together in love. And let give us cords that cannot be broken, oh God. Now look on us and bless us. We have big projects ahead of you, Lord, but we know there's nothing too hard for you, and we know that you're able to help us. And look on the mayor as he goes forth in our behalf, oh God, for the city. Lord, we thank you for all your blessings. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we are now here in session.
There's some seats here if anyone wants to have a seat.
Who we got that needs to speak?
Got Denny Powers.
Danny?
I just wanted to bring up again the fire hydrants about the testing of them, because we did a good job getting all the things repaired. And now in order to keep those valves working, they need to be flushed annually, and the pressure of them tested. That's what all of the communities do. Usually the fire department's responsible for that, but I don't see that we have any participation with the fire department, with our city, too much these days, so.
Well, I think a lot of it is because we don't ask enough, because, you know, the fire department is, they're volunteers, you know.
Sure, but that's something they should be equipped to do. I know all around the county, they test fire hydrants, and they flush them annually at different communities. And they test them for pressure, and then they keep a little note of which ones are good. In fact, some have color codes for the hydrants. If they meet a certain pressure, they'll paint them all red. If they're only half the pressure, they'll put like a yellow on top of it, so you know.
That's for a wrench.
For the wrench, is it? Oh, there's also color codes for pressure too. There's other communities that do it that way. Maybe here they only do it for the wrench, but whatever. Regardless of that, they do need to be tested probably annually, or we're going to find ourselves in a few years replacing valves again, because that's how those valves went bad, was they never get flushed.
Well, I don't know if
That's one of the main reasons they go bad.
It's probably half of it.
Okay.
But the one over here, what caused that was a rock.
Excuse me, I don't want to go off on a side topic, because really I wasn't talking about what caused any of these to go bad. It's just that fire hydrants in general need to be flushed once a year, and it's on a schedule. It really is important, because they won't work right. You won't get the pressure you think. You'll open one up, it won't work at all. That's just how it goes on it. And I tried to put this on the agenda. I came in a couple weeks ago and requested this to be put on the agenda, and it somehow didn't get it. I don't know what went wrong with that process, but because I think it's important enough that it should be discussed and voted on, that somebody's going to take responsibility for testing these fire hydrants. I know you can't do it now because I just brought it up, but I would like to see that added to the agenda, that we discuss who is responsible for the fire hydrants, how they're going to get tested, and when.
Right there is your next council member,
Okay.
and that's the top thing on her list. Right?
Well, there's there's a lot of things between the fire hydrants. You can't just go in there and take a day and flush them all, because we gotta have monitor the water.
Well, that would be part of how we make the plan of how to test them. I don't need the details about the plan, I just want them thinking about
Danny,
the plan.
there's gotta be a plan before you can work.
We don't need the plan right now though, Ben. I just need to mention that you need to test fire hydrants. You go work out a plan, but we don't need to work that out right now.
We have a plan.
Okay.
And we were gonna start doing this,
Okay.
but we're mighty low on manpower,
I understand.
and
Would you like to be in charge of it?
I can't volunteer for something like that. I can't do that, but we have a state and local, county and state fire departments too. There should be some fire department maybe that could assist with equipment for doing that and manpower that might help us test our fire hydrants. I think the fire departments tend to cooperate pretty well around here. That might be something good to ask around and see if someone might want to help us do it.
well, Tim volunteered to help out, but then he gets laid up with this and that. Eric was gonna help out doing it. He broke his heel the other day.
That's why we have to ask outside of the community. We don't have enough resources.
Would you like to be in charge of it?
You guys are the city council, you can ask outside of the community.
They're asking you, do you wanna volunteer?
I just walked up, I
They're
can't do it,
asking
I
you.
have, my hands are full, I have 2
Really?
buildings I'm
And
taking care of in town.
you're all good about it,
that
but you
we're-
don't wanna participate yourself.
No, I
We-
participate a lot, Doug.
We will
What
look
do you
for-
do?
I take
What
care-
do
I'm-
you
There
do?
are 2
Doug,
buildings that I'm
Doug,
renovating that were
Doug,
badly.
What do you do
into
to
it.
help this town,
I do
We'll
plenty
look into
of
it.
besides bitch?
Alright, this is unnecessary.
we'll
Why-
look
No, it's not,
Doug,
you're the
Doug,
one being that way,
Doug,
you got snobby.
Nobody should be able to come to a council meeting and.
Let's settle down here, everybody. You're okay, we're okay with flushing the fire hydrants. And we got a plan to start doing it.
Okay.
It's just that whenever we can get the people together to do it, we will start doing
Okay.
it.
I was just suggesting maybe looking outside the community a little bit to other fire departments, because we do have mutual agreements with all kinds of other fire departments. And that might be a place to try, because ours is a little short-handed. That's all I'm saying, I'm not trying to say, and you know,
They're volunteers, and so is everyone else around.
I don't need someone telling me that I'm not doing enough for the town, really, I mean, that's not fair, you don't even know me.
You don't know me, what did you do?
I didn't tell you you're not doing anything
It's
for the
like
town.
you do way more than you'd ever think.
Or you don't know me, you don't know
You don't know me either.
Guys,
So what's,
All right, let's get some order here.
yeah, let's
Is there anyone else on the list?
Yeah, we got Ashley.
just you.
Hello Ashley, how are you?
We'll get to it as fast as we can.
I have a concern about my water.
So does everybody else.
Well, aside from the mistake last month, well, I guess it's last month.
Who knows?
At the end of April, I got a bill for $257.38, saying that I had an unpaid balance of $177.92.
Can I see that for a minute, please?
I typically pay with check, but sometimes I don't. It just depends on the amount of cash that I have on me. And I always don't pay my water bill until I have termination notice. It's just me. And I put it in that box out there. Sometimes there's cash, sometimes there's a check. Well, the $177.92 part of that payment was cash. And there's no record of it. There's nothing, you know, I don't.
When, I think it was
But-
when Grove called also,
Yeah.
yes. I immediately went and checked the box
Did
and
you check in behind?
I don't.
But my main thing is, I don't understand if I didn't pay the water bill in April, why it wasn't shut off. Because I've dealt with it, I've lived in this town my entire life. There have been many times that I haven't been able to get to the bank. I've called in here and said, hey, look, I can be there tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. No, you have to be here today. If it's not paid by the time we close today, then it'll be shut off at 4 o'clock. There's been times that, you know, I have called and said, hey, I can be there at, you know, what time are you planning on shutting my water off? I can't be there till this time. You know, no, you have to be here by then, or we're sending them out to shut it off. So that's my main thing. I know that it has to be paid. I don't argue with paying it, whatever amount it was, because honestly, I would have paid my last month's bill that I just got at $180-some if my sister wouldn't have said, you better question it. Just for the simple fact that it's water and we use it and we have to pay for it. But I don't understand that if at any other time in the past, it's always been a big deal that you get in here at a certain time and pay your termination notice or we're shutting your water off. And then suddenly my bill wasn't paid in April, but yet I had water all through April, all through May, still have water.
Well, we have different people here in the office now. And we're gonna have different people again. So, things wasn't done the way they were supposed to. And some of this stuff don't come to our attention until everybody brings it to our attention.
Right. And I understand that, but, you know, just, I don't want it to happen again.
Well,
Because I'm not sure that my money was put towards my water bill.
that we can't guarantee it
Right.
because, you know, people
Cash in
will do.
the drop box is pretty much a no-no anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes
Yes, when you.
I know that.
sometimes I don't have a choice, you know. Sometimes I might have the cash in my pocket and not in the bank. So I can't write you a check for $88 if I don't have it in the bank, because then you're gonna shut my water off because
No,
I had a bad check.
we can.
and you pay a fee for that. And I'm gonna pay a fee for that here and at the bank, when sometimes I have cash in my pocket but not in the bank. So,
Well, you know, cash in there, though, it protects us and you know, by doing checks or a paper trail.
right, but
And
this is a city and I shouldn't have to worry about my $88 being put in that box and someone not being credited to my account. That should be the least thing.
Did you put cash and a check in there?
No, it was
Oh,
just cash. It was cash. Typically I pay by check, but sometimes I do have the money in my wallet and I'll, you know. I mean, I've paid it with cash before and it has never been an issue. But it's now an issue.
Well, I actually heard bits and pieces of this before, but this is the first time that I've heard the whole story. So, I don't know what we can say about this. We have to discuss it here.
I mean, I don't expect you to credit my account. I don't expect
I
you to
do.
give me my money back. I just, you know, I think it's a little bit ridiculous that I had to pay $177.92 and I already had paid half of that. You know, I had to pay it again. Because I know daggone well I put that money in there. At approximately 5:30 when I put anything in that box. It's about 5:30 in the morning when I'm leaving for work.
I don't even have a key for that box.
I don't need-
There's, I mean, I looked in with a flashlight. We're
I
gonna
looked
pull,
at my phone and looked at
we're gonna
that.
pull it apart. I mean, there's an envelope in there now, but that's kind of could have been put there an hour ago.
Well, with Miss Washington, what happened, she came in here back a while back, and she couldn't find her bill. She got the same thing that you all did. Well, we went back, and the way this box is set
Yeah.
up,
We're gonna pull it off the door, see
when
if we
she
can see.
put the bill in, it caught the box itself, pushed it down behind the door, between the door and the box. We actually had to use a flashlight to find it, and then we had to take the door off, or the box off, to
Okay.
actually get.
We're gonna take it
But
off.
that's,
But my main question is if I didn't pay the bill, why was my
I'm
water
glad
not
you
shut
said it,
off?
but we're gonna,
Just kidding.
Well, that was due to
Because-
probably the rollover that we've had in this office.
yeah.
I can't
The
explain.
exact same thing happened to me. They said my payment, the last time I made a payment was in March. And I had to pay $98 because I'm not on the sewer for 2 months. And I'm in the same boat as you, but I know I paid it.
Right.
But I paid it again.
Well, that's not good. That's
Go ahead,
not
it's
good.
my turn now.
You're paying in cash and
And let me begin by saying that Vicky's been very nice, Rita's been very nice, and Michelle has been like a sweetheart. I don't know why that young girl hadn't walked out that door, but anyway, I'm nice to Michelle, but I'm sure everybody isn't. Okay, I have been putting cash in that box since Betsy or I started here. I don't buy checks. I don't pay anything by check. Everything I pay online. Can't do that here. My concern is, I dropped the money off the evening of the 16th of May. You would have been here the 17th, which was a Wednesday. Just because that's important, as you guys know, what day of the week it was. I didn't get a shut off. They didn't come shut my water off. I'm with Ashley. If I hadn't paid it, you can bet they'd shut it off. Now, my other concern is that when all these bills are messed up, all of a sudden, the April bills didn't get closed out. There's money missing. The April bills did not get closed out, which is probably why nothing flashed to shut people's water off. I don't know about you guys, maybe I'm suspicious by nature, but money doesn't walk out the door by itself. I'll give you that maybe putting cash in there is a bad idea, but since I've been doing it for, I don't know, 8 or 9 years and never had a problem.
Well,
I would assume that it was okay. Pardon me?
You would like to think that it's safe, and
You would like to.
But
Do y'all do background checks when you hire people? I mean, I'm sorry because, and I still don't have a correct water bill.
Me neither.
I'm not paying it until it's correct. The past due balance that's showing on there is what I already paid. the bill for this month is double. Now, I talked to Michelle, and I understand there was like some kind of mess up.
What's that?
There's two of them. I see Cassie in one.
Backside of it, I don't know whose it is. There it is.
There's shutting stuff back there, huh? Good job, Oliver.
Red tag. Was that behind the box?
No, that was down in the side of the box inside
That
the,
should be Joe.
but I ain't got no key to open the box, but
That's
it comes
Joe.
out the back
Yeah,
of
they
it.
both called today.
That's weird.
Nothing behind it. Dang, I got excited.
Yep. Well, that's what we got.
Somebody else put cash in there.
Yep.
Because it's the city of Piedmont, we're a trusting bunch. Now, nobody in here knows what I do for a living, and I'm not gonna bring it up, but I can tell you that I can track money and accounts and where it went and all that, because that's what I do for a living. Somebody's messed with
Let
the
me
stuff.
ask you a question. You looking for a job?
No, I'm not. No, I'm really not. I have a full-time job with the state of West Virginia, so no. Otherwise, I'd be glad to come help out.
We've got a lot to look into, just
Well, yeah, and I, like, you know, and I'm not accusing
Can I ask
anybody
you a
here.
question on your unpaid balance? Does it have a minus before it?
I don't know. Let me put my glasses on and tell you. Because God knows I can't see it without.
Really, you gotta put glasses on?
These are all ones Michelle's dealt with.
I know, that's why I wanted
That's
to
like,
look at
that's kinda like
yours.
the cake on the
You talking about the past due one
Yes.
that I got that's not correct?
The very first number that's on it, does it have a minus?
No.
It doesn't have a minus at all?
But on mine, the dates are wrong on mine, it's crossed
They're-
out.
they're
the
wrong on
same.
mine.
These
Yeah,
are all
I
ones
should
Michelle's
have on that
dealing
one.
with. And she hasn't been
Oh,
back.
this is the
I don't
challenge.
blame her.
No, not Michelle, the other one. Well, and that's the one that.
Michelle's been here every day taking everybody's history.
Yeah.
That's not right.
But also, another thing that concerned me was my past due amount on my bill. When you total up everything, what I owe is what I have already, what I paid in cash. So it's.
See, that's why I was asking if it had a minus.
That's because it closed down.
You never know, it might get back on us.
So what happened that they weren't closed out? Like what?
Improper training. Improper training.
Her improper training cost me $177. But
We'll get them all straightened out.
We're gonna,
We'll get them all straightened out.
yeah, we're gonna get it straightened out. We will get.
What did y'all gonna shut my water off till you fix it, right?
No.
Well, we don't know about that yet.
I might just shut the whole town off.
Maybe further,
Whatever.
for a couple weeks,
You know,
listen, I know how to turn that water back on, don't tempt me.
We'll shut it off.
and I live across the street, so she can be mine. I'll graduate.
We'll go to the water tower and shut it off.
I dare you. I know where
you live,
I know where most of you
More than
live, actually.
We will get, you know,
Well,
we got a lot that needs tended to.
you know, and I understand when
We
people
have
start jobs,
the
like
minimum
there's,
amount of people, but we are thankful to a lot of people that do come and help us when we are down. But right now,
you know, said, I'll talk to the powers
Things are
that
really
do for the
rough.
state, and if I can, I'll be glad to help, but
things are really rough right now.
it's up to them. They sign my paycheck.
I mean, I know that things happen, stuff is overlooked, there are issues
No.
everywhere. But when it comes to stuff like this shouldn't be something that just slides.
See, I'm okay with mistakes, I'm okay with, you know, oh, well, the building ain't closed out, so your bill's wrong, I'm okay with all that. I'm not okay with the fact that it appears that somebody messed with the stuff to keep the shut-offs from going out, so that people wouldn't realize that their money was missing.
You've known me for how long?
I don't know, how old are we? It's been a long time, we're not gonna mention how old we are.
Right, and we will get to the bottom of it.
Well, and I know
I've lied
that.
to you before, I'm not gonna start now.
You know, I mean, I think you guys are all doing a great job.
Well, we're trying.
By the way, Michelle's way too nice.
Like I said,
She
with
is
with this
frustrating.
problem and all that power stuff she had, that's what she said, I don't want anybody's water shut off when I can't tell them why the bills are like that.
I've been out for.
She didn't want them sent out A number one in the first
That's
place.
exactly
She
right.
told me that
Told me
she
that.
tried to prevent that, but it was,
Yeah.
she was told to push them through.
She's only the
anyway.
part-time, she didn't have the last say.
She told me that. I called her one day and I
That
spoke
was
to
my
that
question.
gentleman there in the corner, and the very next day I called back and I talked to
Should have
her.
realized there was a problem. Why were they sent out?
We'll get to
They were
it.
told to go.
Like I said, we-
Because someone told them to do it. I mean, it's not their fault. It's not Michelle's fault.
No,
But
it's
another
not.
thing, I'm not paying it until it's fixed, but I don't want slammed with a hellacious water bill.
Well, I'll make sure it's a couple
Cause,
thousand.
you
Well,
know,
when the meter keeps running, it's gonna get higher.
I understand that.
But you know,
But
we could be
if I'm not
monthly.
paying this until it's fixed, right now it says it's $181.91. There's no way.
Michelle said she was telling
So,
everybody the average she was
when-
looking out for them.
You know, when I don't come in here with $181, I don't want slammed with a huge water bill.
Did she give you an average?
No, she said she was gonna pull it and see.
It's probably in that
And
amount.
Yeah,
new
see,
ones would be
like, I
sent.
never paid more than
Nobody
minimum.
showed us.
I'm the only person there. My washer's actually broke, so my dog is pretty smart, but he doesn't know how to turn the
Nothing
water
behind
on.
it.
Can you flush
I've
the
only
commode?
ever paid the minimum, maybe once in the summer, once a year from, you know, watering the flowers and washing the car, but that's all I ever pay. And all of a sudden, I get this huge bill. which
And I know mine
obviously is a
doesn't go
mistake.
anywhere from, mine ranges anywhere from $79 to $92 every month.
That's mine, mine was 138 this month.
Well, mine
Mine
was,
was
Well, then
200.
how come mine was more than yours?
Huh?
Oh, I know why mine was more than yours. They didn't credit my
Well, ladies, the
$70.
only thing I can tell you is that we're gonna try to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. You know, there's just too many things for us to do here. Vicky's been working here, trying to get things under control. And we also are looking into this stuff here as good as we can. I'm not no clerk. And
I'm sorry, what was, I didn't hear this.
I said I'm no clerk,
might
No
want to
clerk.
get you one.
so
An honest one.
I
honest one.
am trying to learn this, but
Application.
No thanks, I had a job. I wouldn't work in here. if
I,
had
you
to.
know, if you don't wanna pay me more than I'm making now, I'll do it, no. You know, and I think maybe the whole point is that nobody wants this town to get in the position we were in several years ago, because people didn't say anything, you know.
well, you're exactly right. And a lot of us sitting around this table didn't know nothing about these bills until we got our own. So we're in the same boat you are. I got the same kind of bills that you are.
Well, I won't be paying cash anymore, but anyway. Thanks for listening, folks.
Well, if, you know, if nobody comes in here and broadcasts what the problem is, we don't know, well, I knew about this problem
Right.
because you're not the first one.
So, but after they were sent, it
Well,
was
this,
too
I've
late.
only had one say something to me, and that was you, but I've been busy. the last
That was
couple of
me?
weeks. Yeah.
That's because I have your cell phone
Well,
number, and I'm not
yeah.
afraid to use it.
Ever since you called me, I haven't been here. My
Well,
mother-in-law passed away. And,
Right, and I understand that.
It's been rough. So,
I just, you know, like, there are a couple people on the council that know me. I'm not one to keep my mouth shut.
well, gee, with this.
I own it. But, thanks.
All right.
I'll find out.
Yes, please,
I will.
please. Okay, thank you.
Take your time. Take your time.
Whatever.
Minutes from the previous meeting, approvals and corrections. Anyone read to me?
I make a motion to approve.
Coming through. Excuse me a second.
All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, we'll accept the minutes.
Sorry.
Correspondence, what do we got under correspondence? Okay.
All right, for the correspondence, we have an invitation for a safety seminar that will be held in Morgantown.
68?
The last day to register is June 15th. If you want to go, it'll be an all-day class starting at 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is with the Water and Wastewater Division, Public Service Commission. We have another seminar offered And this one is like the one we had before, the Public Service Commission, and it's got, this one is in Bridgeport, West Virginia, on July 18th and 19th. Both of these are free, but once you sign up, you have to cancel if you don't plan on going, or you will be charged. There's a limited seating available. And I'll probably go on to the one in Morgantown.
Okay, is that all the correspondence we got? Did you cover this? Yeah.
I did good. I have to just put an extra couple in there.
Alright. And I was gonna cover, grant study under correspondence, but we already did that, so. Okay, officers' reports. We'll go first. Paul?
Pool opened on Friday, March 26th, with a 6-to-8 swim with PJ Wells. Everything went good. Then the weather was bad for Saturday and Sunday, but it was open again Memorial Day. They had night swims for the next 2 weeks while school was in session, and they started the regular season hours on June 10th. They're doing the lifeguard training this week. Right now they got about 20 bookings for private parties. It's been going really well. I actually had my magician and pool party last night, and I offered to work the concession stand for 2 hours. In less than 2 hours, we did $101 worth of business in that concession stand. That place is good. And that gets packed every day.
In our pool?
Yeah. I know there was like 168 people were there last night. I had like 75, 80 at the magicians, at the park for the magician. And there was at least 160 at the swimming party last night. Everything went real well.
Okay.
Well, just doing a little bit of work on home desk, but just if everybody could just take care of their dogs. Cut the grass, the snakes are bad. Got letters to go out to people, but I don't know. Common sense, you know, cut your grass.
Well, this is one of the things that these guys has been busy on, trying, you know, there for for about 2 months, the grass was growing faster than you could cut it. It's starting to slow down a little bit now, but, you know, we got, Rick, he ain't able to do a whole lot, and.
The lifeguards cut the grass at school Friday.
Yeah.
I'll just mostly, there's about 7 or 8 letters that's gotta go out for people that needs to attend to their properties. There's a place on Hampshire Street with tons of trash on the porch. But then the letter I sent out for Bush, I sent it to the address that was on the tax bill. We haven't got the letter back, and we haven't got the card back yet. Now, if she's in the nursing home, should I send a letter to the nursing home? It's not on the tax bill, that's on the address, but.
If you know that's where she is.
Is that where she's at?
Told you all earlier, she probably has no clue what that property looks like.
I didn't know she was still alive.
I would say so.
I didn't know she was still alive.
It's just odd that we haven't got the letter or the card back. By now, it's been a month and 5 days since I sent that out.
My God, she's gotta be.
Well,
Gotta be 100. She said that'd be at least 100.
card possibly come back here and.
Well, see, Vicky looked a little bit today, didn't find it. But that's all.
No, and they take the mail straight to Michelle, so if it had come, she would have put it over in the box.
That's all I have for now.
Oh, I don't have much other than we've been trying to catch up on the grass and stuff. I don't know if T.I. has anything extra. I mean, he's been here pretty much taking care of things for the last week and a half. Like I said, I've been swamped. I'm being swamped. And it's not going to get any better anytime soon. Because now we just found out his neighbor just passed away. John and they were pretty good friends. There's a lot of family feud going on right now.
Miss Grace, you got anything?
No, only, oh. Oh, we got a certificate here. Drinking water performance gold award is hereby granted to Piedmont for being a 2016 Optimist Water Treatment Plant. Can't read that. In the
West Virginia
PHOEHS/EED Kinsville District, based upon meeting treatment turbidity goals of 1.0 MTVs, a lot of abbreviations here, for settled water, and 0.10 MTVs for filtered water at least 95% of the time. Right, Alvin Mansion and District Engineer.
And that's Tim's new from his class that he
That's
just
the
went
class
to.
that he went to.
Kady Bowles stopped by today with a $50 donation for electric at the pool pavilion. We have a bid on the Pearl Street property. We are responsible for second half taxes, which will be $582.08. It has to be paid by a bank check, cashier's check, or money order. I cannot get into the banking information, even with my sign in, nothing. So I'll take care of that tomorrow at the bank. We did get a distribution from Greenbrier Table Games, which will be direct deposited June 16th, $22.16. And we got a distribution out of West Virginia Table Games that will be direct deposited on June 16th for $939.12.
There you go. T.I., you got anything to add?
No, I've just been reading, like Susie said, the snakes are bad this year.
One wrapped around T.I.'s leg.
Yeah, I was reading up the reservoir and got into one, and well, when it wrapped around my leg, it bit me, so.
Did it bite?
But it was a garter snake.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I would've shit myself right on the spot.
They are bad. I killed a 5-foot black.
I can't help it. I'm very afraid of snakes, from fishing worms up.
That's
a good one.
The week before, I just killed a 5-foot black snake down there.
Marissa killed that, didn't she, Susan?
Huh?
Is that the one Marissa killed?
I killed that one. It'd kill me because I dropped dead on sight. I'm definitely afraid of snakes.
Yeah, I was trying to see the.
I've had two.
There's a guard.
That we killed.
There's a dead one now.
Oh, it ain't gonna hurt you.
Very good snakes, dead snakes.
That's right. I agree.
All right, Robbie? Anything to,
Did you mention anything about what was stolen from us down at the, I got working them again and it's going?
no, I was gonna leave that.
Okay. I got something else we'll find for that.
Okay.
Anyway, let me see. Normal stuff. I've gotten, in case they want to broadcast it, I've gotten 2 of the vehicles in town with no tags that are dead tags or whatever. They were towed today, and tomorrow I'll get some more. So if you got a car on the street with dead tags or no tags, get ready. You'll have to find it. If you call me, I'll give you a clue, like which impound yard it's in. Other than that, you know, don't drive with suspended license. I've got another person today with second offense, so. And the typical stuff, everything's going pretty good, pretty normal. You know, nothing bad happened so far, and dog works good, so
Did
we
you
just
get
keep
the
going.
did you get the number off that light pole?
Yeah, I already called him.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a report that light pole, I'm checking on other ones. Yeah, there's more. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna get the light poles on them, and they gave me the number to call into, so I ain't gotta bother anybody else. I can call them all hours day and night when I'm out riding around 3 o'clock in the morning. If there's one out, I'll call them at 3 in the morning. They'll take care of it. They said they should be up in like 3 days. I can't think of anything else. Anybody has
I
any
think
questions?
Michelle reported 3 more from somewhere the other day. Might have been double reports, but is that about it for you?
I believe that's about it. I'm tired and hot.
Okay. Moving on to unfinished business, the Pearl Street housing bidding, we have one bid. Don't know who it's from or what the bid is. Is there anything even in there?
I hope so.
That'd be a joke. Yes, sir.
So, I'm opening the bid. In envelope number 1. And dig that. $13,252.
$13,252.
Yeah.
Didn't put their name on that.
Yeah.
No name?
Yeah, there's a name. Les and Norma Metz.
Who? Les.
That's the people who live in the house right up there
No,
on the turn.
Noonan's house.
that's Jen and what's it, Wes?
Wes.
Wes, yeah, okay, that's
Well, I
Wes.
said Wes and Les is probably him.
His brother. Yeah,
Okay, we should file that
Betsy.
somewhere.
I'll
Absolutely.
bet you.
His brother's
Is that
Jeff.
his first name, Les? What's,
Jeff.
which one is it?
Jeff.
Jeff, that's right. Well, which Metz is this then?
Well, I didn't hear what was it.
Les and Norma.
Leslie Norma.
He's
Oh,
from
that's his
Petersburg.
Oh, okay. Well,
Did we receive a copy of the deed?
Yeah, we should have.
I've looked everywhere.
Norma's Wesley's
Can't find it.
mom.
So I may have to go to the courthouse tomorrow and get a copy of the deed.
That's
The
Wesley's
taxes have to be
mom.
paid, $582.08
So
before.
the bid's all closed now, or?
It's closed, done deal.
Well, they exceeded the minimum bid, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Miss Kathleen, you're up.
I have a draw for the Pearl Street project. Total of $20,673.66. The first one thing is the Nelson Michael. It was the balance of the land purchase. Remember, we purchased the land for $3,000.
Yes.
Thrasher paid the tax bill to start with, so the balance was $2,344.26 that were reimbursed Nelson, or in Nelson because he for the difference. Because he paid the owners, didn't he? He paid the owners, he paid it up front, okay? Or we'll pay him and then he'll pay the owners. Okay, then Griffith Associates, $497.25, and Green River Group for construction is $17,832.15.
Okay, and we'll have there's a copy of that for us, right?
Everything's in there, and you're gonna bring it, you're going to keep a copy, you're gonna bring everything else back to me.
Correct.
And that, there's a resolution on top where the council pays, or signs. You keep a copy of that, make a copy, keep it for you.
Okay, is there only one resolution?
Yeah. Susan, you're in charge of making copy.
Okay.
Okay.
You're closest to the, you're,
All right, now, you was also on the, this is on the,
that's just all on Pearl Street.
right, and, we got you on here for water too.
Well, we didn't know whether we was gonna have
We
anything.
didn't know, so I told Michelle to put it on there, so if anything needed brought up, it could be brought up.
Yeah,
And we've already
Pam said
discussed.
she didn't know, she emailed me, that's how I knew it was gonna be on there, but, There's nothing on water then? Okay.
Make a
So you
motion.
don't really care about hanging around for this right now?
Not unless you want me to.
Well, I can get it to you tomorrow if it's been just storming, we might be better off to move on.
I make a motion that we, pay the, drawdowns.
I'll second the motion for $20,673.66.
I'll leave and you'll still be.
All in favor? Is there anyone opposed?
Hour and a half for you.
Okay, we need to draw it down. Okay. We got too much junky fund.
You go up there and talk to Karen.
Okay. Up next, fireworks.
Everybody has a copy of the insurance to show that we are on policy. Probably good, Doc.
I'm not out of time. I've got a
Jason,
meeting.
you have a copy of that.
This is page 2, is there page 1?
I don't know what you got.
Yep. It's just that one page.
This is page 1. We're at page 2, starting at page 2.
Sorry, a little ahead of myself. You have those. Just come this way.
Is it in here? Right here. The power check code.
There you go, I'm right there.
Basically everything's, what's the first list? Did you need this backed up?
No.
No, I don't. No, I got all my shit. I got
Okay. I'll keep this one if you don't mind. It's just,
I'll keep this one down
it's no big thing.
But yeah, everything's the same as last year, Ben.
I was just thinking backwards.
Okay, so everybody, oh, I did have?
Yeah, sorry. And if you all look at your insurance, it says, insured, City of Piedmont, Tri-Towns Fire Company, Verso Paper Mill, City of Westernport, Don Ferguson, and Jason Warner. And you will sue. There's a copy.
Ben talked to the fire company, there will be a brush truck sitting up there for the fireworks.
And I don't know if I gave everybody a copy of the power technician's license, but he is up to date and legal. We have to approve to have him at one filter plant road. Yeah, it's on there, it's on the insurance, or it's on the. Location is One Filter Plant Road, Piedmont, West Virginia, July 15, 2017. So, right here on the bottom, right there in this section, right here, location, and everyone that is covered and the
Pretty small writing for what it does. Just close
So,
it.
we need a motion.
I can't see it.
I make a motion to have the fireworks July 15th at One Filter Plant Road, Piedmont, West Virginia.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We'll go to fireworks at One Filter Plant Road. So this is, how are you coming with your funding?
Good, good. We're 3/4 of the way there.
Sean
You do?
He said, are you doing it at your house? Doug said, no.
He said, well, let me
He
give you a donation. He said,
said-
as long as it ain't by mine, I'll give you a donation. I said,
I'll give them the letter and stop.
Okay, we need to file this then.
I will.
You got one file?
we're good.
Well, I just gave him my copy, so.
Thank you, guys.
We'll start a new folder. To have these in for
All right, next thing is the home fest.
I'm, like I said, I'm still working on it. It's coming together pretty good. I need to get permission to close down 2nd Street from City Building down to Jones?
Jones Street.
Jones Street for the truck pull on Friday night. And then on Saturday, I need to close Second Street from Lion Street to Childs Avenue and Green Street.
What was that second and Jones?
They'll be from like 3 o'clock until,
what streets are they?
Second Street from Lion Street to Childs Avenue and Green Street. From like 3 o'clock up until fireworks.
And what time?
4 in until,
So after the fireworks?
yeah, because I still have my vendors in there, so I use. You sure? Yeah.
Now, which street you putting the names on?
Second and Green on Saturday. Friday is just the truck, well, our parade, but I don't need to shut down any streets really for the parade. And then for the truck pull.
Which way is Frank?
Parade's gonna be starting here and going through Westernport.
And that's Saturday?
That's Friday night.
Friday night.
And
Next meeting, I should have pretty much everything on paper. Yeah. I have truck pull.
Second, facilities and field policy. We get codes.
And
Yeah, as a board.
for the,
We need a motion to do that.
to close the street, yes,
I make a motion to close the street for Home Fest on Friday. Second Street to James Street for the truck pool. Saturday, Second Street, 9th Street to Childs Avenue and Green Street before the Home Fest itself, from 4 o'clock to after the fireworks.
A second.
all in favor?
Uh,
Anyone opposed? Okay, we'll close the streets. Now, another little issue on Home Fest as far as,
Yes, I forgot something. Not to cut you off, but I remember something. I have some vendors coming that will possibly need water and electric. I know before in past or doesn't have it, if they made a donation through the town, can we still do that?
If they make a donation.
Yeah, well, I'll have them sign papers when I get their vendor form that they will donate for the use of water.
should we put an amount on there
That's
for,
what I was thinking, maybe a minimum, I mean, it's gonna be from like, say 6 hours.
Can I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
Well, what's cost of your business license? You could charge them the same fee as
You know, you can get a business like.
their, right,
on Monday.
temporary business license or resident.
That's $15.
Right.
I think, mine's 15.
Yeah, it's
And just have that, would that cover it?
I'd say that more than cover.
Okay.
I mean, I think they're only gonna be here 6 hours.
Yeah, and they're not, if they have water, it's for hand washing or whatnot, and they're not gonna use that much. And the electric, I mean,
Well, electric can be
a
used.
little bit.
Yeah, but
How many vendors you got coming?
And then I got beer. I still, and then I got my beer, it's like 65 or
How many
something.
vendors
I haven't
you
got mine yet.
they ain't all in
No,
there.
no, I'm still collecting. But if, I'll just have them get a business license, just under their name. Okay. If they need it, if they need that.
What if they already have a business license in town? Still pay $15 for the electric or what?
Just make it $15.
I would say, yeah, because
I don't
even if
think
it's
they have any
temporary,
of that.
still.
Well, if you gotta pay $15 for a business license and $15 for water, that's a lot of money for a day.
Why don't we just make it a $15 fee? I can put it on my vendor request, my form for them. If they need water and electric, when they send their form in, they send in a check for $15.
Sounds good to me. Okay, you better,
Yeah, probably get a motion for that.
Yeah.
Well, I make a motion that we charge vendors $15 for the use of water and electric on the day of Home Fest, July 15th.
Second.
All in favor?
Where you
Okay.
set up fee.
I never set up, charge a setup fee, just because I want people here.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
with the vendor, you're just paying for the water and electric, so this.
Okay. We're going to charge, the motion is that we charge $15. I have a motion and a second. So we will charge $15 for the electric and water. Fire department truck pull.
Tom Hamilton came to me one day and they wanted to have a truck pull, a benefit truck pull. And they wanted to have it on August the 19th and wanted permission to shut the street down from,
Corner of Childs Avenue in East Hampshire.
no, that was something different.
No,
From,
Second Street,
from the
June Street.
Second to June.
second of June.
Second to June.
So this was the only information I could find on his little note.
For what reason?
They wanted to, I guess from the parking lot actually, down to Jones Street.
Well, that'd be Lions, then. Lions
Well,
Street, June
the
Street.
parking, yeah, from the parking lot down.
Yeah. Okay.
They want to have a benefit truck pull for someone,
And that was when?
August the 19th. I told them I'd bring it up, and
Well, I don't have a problem with it.
I'll make a
Yeah.
motion, we have to, water company have a truck for one August 19th.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Truck company, fire department with a truck pull.
Yeah, City of Childs Avenue, East Hampshire.
Okay.
The next one, Dale Clark called me and wanted to know, he said one day when it was really raining real hard, there was just two little girls out there waiting for a school bus, and he said he could just see the water pouring down off of them. He wanted to know if the city would be interested in leasing that corner lot to him. He would maintain it, he'd keep, everything up on it. He would build a shelter for the school kids. He would hold insurance on it, be liable for everything, if we would be, consider leasing it to him for that purpose.
What are we across from?
Yeah.
Well, first thing, I'd like to make sure that leasing it to him takes all the liability away from the town, because there was issues before about this, wasn't there? And what was those issues? I kind of forget.
Is this the one
They were
that's
using-
across
yes,
from
they-
him?
Yeah.
Or not
Yeah.
where the old school
Not
is?
where the old school is.
Okay.
Where that big
Across from.
cross.
Because that's where the
Yeah.
bus stops is.
Yeah.
See, but
Bus stop.
the problem is the children have to cross the road in order to get over. I think the school board at that time said no. That's why we put remember we went through that with that building up there, and I called them, and the way they explained to me, I thought that they had to be across that side of the road because
That's
they
the
had
stop.
to cross the road in front of the school bus.
Right, which is
And they said no. That's why, and that was, the reason why it was brought up was because it was standing on that porch and we
Yeah,
was worried
and
about the
like
roof
the
falling.
window and all that
And we were
stuff.
worried about the roof falling on. And so we went up, we closed that off according to the owners. I went up, put the no trespassing sign, put John's number and everything on. And then I talked with at the bus garage, I can't think what his name is now. He's in charge of the bus garage. I spoke with him, and the way he talked, no, they couldn't put nothing there because the bus stops is on the other side of the road.
What about the kids getting off the bus?
They get off,
They get on, when they get on the bus, they have to
and
stand
they
over
get
there
off,
when the
and
bus
they get off
comes.
on the same side.
No,
They comes up the hill,
it comes
right?
up the hill and they get off at the school where the
Right.
bus stop is. But in the mornings, he comes down this way and they
They're on
cross,
this side.
yeah,
They're on
they're
that
over
side.
here.
Well, that's what I didn't understand, but that's what he explained to me, but we'll have to check with the school board and see what they say. I mean, I don't don't,
Okay, then we gotta move on this, so who's gonna contact the school?
well, there's probably nobody there now.
I have some contact numbers for
I mean, and if they
the
are there.
transportation.
Or the
Well, that would, who it would be transportation,
I got it wrong.
God, I can't think of his name.
It's Baker.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah, Baker, yeah.
Okay, I'll call them and see if, you know, we can get, if he can do it, if we get something in writing, and then I'll try to find out if we do lease it to him, if we would have the lease of any, and all,
Right.
first thing is the school garage.
Right, because that was something that was brought up before, because
Right, 'cause
2 years ago, T.I. and I were talking about just putting up a little bus stop shanty there.
yeah, that was at the time when we were, talking about the, people who own that porch.
Right.
We got talking
Well,
about
it was
that.
before that even.
Yeah,
And, we run across all kinds of obstacles. So, what do you say, we check into this, we table this issue to our next meeting and find out some facts. Then we'll make the decision. I don't wanna get us in trouble here with the school board.
Yeah,
But
I'll check.
I agree with the fact that those kids need something, but not only there,
Everywhere.
they need one.
well, we were told years ago when we went on this crusade about 25 plus years ago, when there was 21 kids lived down on my end of the street, the school board told us that they would not put no building in the town of Piedmont because the kids would just do nothing but tear it up. And that was the end of that.
We ain't asking them to put a building in here, we're asking them for permission to put a building.
Right, but that's what was told to us, that the kids in Piedmont would tear it up. I said, well, how about letting them come down here, pick the kids up in front of my house, and they could stand in the garage. That's when you were just coming up at Rat Tail stuff. I said, how about staying? Nope. I said, what about the building there Bill Kady's putting the garage in? He said, nope.
Times have changed, Rick.
They have to stand up there at that gas building. So, like I said, I hope they've changed because this is ridiculous.
Okay, I'll start that process.
Okay, let's just put table till next meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session and talk about personnel if nobody else has anything else.
Other than the fact that, the next meeting, rather than be June 28th, I have surgery that day. I would like to bump it back to the 27th because we're going to be, swearing in the new elected officials here. So I guess we need a motion to move that.
I make a motion, we change the day of the meeting from June 28th to June 22nd.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
At 6?
Unless, we're probably gonna start having,
I thought it was
progress
just,
meetings,
I thought it was just the first one in the month.
first one of the
Yeah,
month.
progress meeting just once a month.
Alright, so I got a second. Anyone opposed? Alright, we're gonna meet June 27th. So now I have a motion to go into executive session. Do I hear a second? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay.
Are you finished with business?
Yes,
Okay.
other than what we're gonna talk about.
Okay.